That music is going to be in my head the rest of the day because tonight, one of the world's most popular and celebrated musicals is coming to North Texas. Les Miserables remains the sixth longest running Broadway production of all time, and its first show tonight at Fort Worth's Bass Hall will have me in attendance and this guy right here, cast member Nick Cartel, or as you'll see him this evening, prisoner 24601 Jean Valjean.
That is right.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me this morning.
Appreciate you making the drive over from Fort Worth before you have a big performance tonight to take part in a musical that is one of the most well-loved of all time, one of those epics that even people who don't love musicals seem to know well.
Correct.
Why is this story so resonant?
Well, I think it's these characters, it's this story. It's a story, about redemption, forgiveness, a survival of the human spirit. And right now, it's also about people just trying to make their lives better and fighting for the rights that they want to have and helping their fellow man. And I think that resonates now more than ever before.
I think that is what a lot of people relate to, but also you have these big, epic musical performances that stay with you. I mean, really, that's part of why I think this is so beloved.
The music for sure, because you might not know the show per se, but you definitely have heard the songs. You've heard people's song. You've heard I Dreamed a Dream, On My Own, all of these songs that I performed on stage, but also by pop stars. And so it's something that just kind of sticks with you. And after now 40 years that this show has been around, everybody in some way, shape, or form knows it.
Certainly, you don't have to twist my arm to get me to Bass Hall, but I'm especially excited to go tonight because this is one of my favorite musicals as well. But I'm always curious when I do see performances there, the lives that the performers have to lead, city to city, show after show after show. What do you enjoy about being able to, take part in big musicals like these? But also, there's the travel issues as well.
There is the travel issues, and we deal with delayed flights and things of the like. But to be able to come into a city like Fort Worth and to get to explore it. This is my second time playing Fort Worth. I played it back in 2019 with this show. So to get to come back, but also now I travel with my family. So to be able to show them the cities that I love and the things, and we can go to the stockyards and go to parks and things like that, and the museums, is always a fun time for us too.
Well, I imagine in some ways, even though you are working when you're in these cities, there's a little bit of vacation there because you get to share them with your family. You get to show your kids the stuff that you wouldn't get to see normally.
Correct. And I think that it's one of the joys of being on a show like this and being on tour. Yes, we do get some hours during the day to go and do things like that. But, I think, there is this stigma, I think, that, we only work 3 hours a night, and that is not true. That is for sure not true. I will start, as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to start warming up for tonight's show so I can be sure that the audience is getting their best.
Anybody who thinks that you can only work at 3 hours a night has no idea what they're talking about. And you're working right now, talking about the show, promoting it for all the folks.
So,
I am curious, on your website, it mentioned that you have performed this more than 1,000 times. Is that number even higher now?
That number is even higher now. Tonight will be my 1,425th performance as Jean Valjean. That's a lot. That's a lot of Les Mis.
I'm curious, when you're in a show like that, is there one particular moment that you get really extra excited about over the course of a show?
My favorite moment every night is when I get to sing Bring 'Em Home, when I get to sing that prayer song on the barricade, because it's one of those moments that Valjean just gets to sit and sing with the orchestra and, really dive deeper into this story and, think about the sacrifices that, this character, Jean Valjean, would make for his daughter, his adopted daughter, Cosette, and I can think about the sacrifices that I would make for my own daughter. And so it really brings it a full circle moment for me.
Nick Cartel, I'm looking forward to your 1,400 some odd performance tonight at Bass Hall in Fort Worth, and appreciate you making the drive over to hang out with us today. And I know that, by the way, this is a hot ticket. It runs until March 23rd. Those tickets begin at $44. You can buy them online or by calling the Bass Performance Hall in Fort Worth. And again, they're limited, so grab them quickly if you want to see Nick live and in person.